Mistakes happen in big construction projects, and they can cost a lot of money, sometimes billions. These failures remind us that big projects are really complex and challenging. Each mistake shows how important it is to plan carefully, watch over things closely, and be ready for unexpected problems. These things are crucial to make sure that government projects succeed. Let us have a look at the most expensive construction mistakes that lead to huge losses and humiliation to the governments. Berlin-Brandenburg Airport. This airport, located in Germany, was plagued by a series of problems and setbacks during its construction. When the project commenced in 2006, it was expected to cost approximately $2.4 billion and open in 2011. However, a string of issues led to significant delays and cost overruns. One of the initial setbacks occurred in 2010 when a planning company involved in the project declared bankruptcy, a year before the originally planned opening date. This financial disruption was an early sign of trouble. The airport also faced difficulties related to fire protection requirements that were not in compliance with regulations, further contributing to the delays. One particularly embarrassing issue was the failure of the airport to pass the acceptance test required for it to operate as an airport. This meant that it could not open as planned. Another major problem involved the installation of cooling pipes without thermal insulation over a total length of 67 kilometers, 37 miles. To rectify this error, numerous walls had to be torn down and the pipes replaced, significantly increasing the project's costs. In the end, the expenses for the Berlin-Brandenburg Airport soared to a staggering $8.3 billion, more than triple the initial budget. After 14 years of construction and 9 years beyond the original opening date, the airport finally opened its doors in 2020. However, even with its opening, the airport's financial struggles were far from over. It faced challenges in generating enough revenue to sustain itself, particularly during the health crisis. Additional funds of around $2 billion were deemed necessary to prevent bankruptcy. The case of Berlin-Brandenburg Airport serves as a stark example of how mismanagement, compliance issues, and unforeseen problems can lead to massive cost overruns and significant delays in major construction projects. The Jeddah Tower. This tower, formerly known as the Kingdom Tower, is a colossal skyscraper project located in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. It was designed to be an iconic structure, standing at a height equivalent to 2.5 Empire State Buildings stacked atop one another. The tower was part of Saudi Arabia's broader efforts to diversify its economy through tourism, following a model similar to Dubai and the famous Burj Khalifa. Construction of the Jeddah Tower commenced in 2013, with an initial plan to complete the project by 2018. However, several significant issues disrupted progress, including a major political event known as the 2017 Saudi Arabian Purge. This event led to the imprisonment of key investors in the tower project, including Prince Al-Walid bin Talal. Consequently, construction work came to a halt, with only about one-third of the tower's planned height achieved at the time. Even after the investors were released from detention, there was no official restart date for construction. By the point of suspension, the tower had reached a height of 252 meters. Additionally, the health crisis further delayed plans for construction to recommence in 2020, as it was deemed unsafe for workers to operate under such conditions. Since then, there have been no reports of progress at the construction site. If the Jeddah Tower project were to be abandoned midway through construction, it would represent a substantial financial loss, estimated to be at least $1 billion. The case of the Jeddah Tower underscores how political events, financial issues, and unforeseen circumstances can derail even the most ambitious and iconic construction projects, leaving them in a state of uncertainty and financial risk. The Citigroup Center. This is an office skyscraper located in Midtown Manhattan, New York City. This 280-meter-tall building is unique because it is supported by 4 foundation pillars, each 34 meters in length, providing structural stability. However, a significant problem emerged in 1978 that could have had catastrophic consequences. Until then, the engineers had assessed the building's stability by considering winds that came perpendicular to the structure. They had not accounted for quarter winds that hit the corners of the building. The issue came to light during a conversation between civil engineer William Lemessurier and a civil engineering student, Diane Hartley, from Princeton. She raised concerns about the building's stability during strong winds. To address these concerns, engineers conducted tests and discovered that the students' claims were accurate. Lemessurier estimated that winds capable of causing the building to collapse occurred, on average, every 55 years. However, if the installed mass damper couldn't function due to a power failure, winds occurring every 16 years could potentially topple the building. The consequences of a collapse would have been disastrous. Unlike a controlled demolition, the building would not have collapsed inwards but would have toppled over. This could have initiated a domino effect, causing surrounding skyscrapers in New York to be damaged or even collapse it. To prevent this catastrophic scenario, engineers worked tirelessly for 3 months, mostly at night, to address the problem. They ultimately welded 2-inch steel plates over the bolted joints in the building, significantly enhancing its stability. Fortunately, Hurricane Ella did not reach the region, and the multi-million-dollar repair was completed in October 1978. The story of the Citigroup Center illustrates the importance of robust structural engineering and quick, decisive action when potential life-threatening flaws are identified in high-rise buildings. It also underscores the critical role that transparency and communication play in preventing major disasters in construction. Stuttgart 21. This is a massive railway megaproject located in Germany. This ambitious undertaking aimed to transform Stuttgart's train station from a terminus into a transit station, allowing for more efficient rail connections and reducing the time trains spent leaving the station in reverse. When construction began in 2010, the project was initially planned to cost no more than $5.4 billion, with an anticipated completion date in 2019. However, Stuttgart 21 encountered numerous challenges and obstacles that derailed these initial goals. Firstly, the project faced significant opposition from Germans and environmental activists, leading to protests and delays. Moreover, difficulties arose during tunnel construction. The project required the excavation of nearly 60 kilometers, 37 miles, of tunnels to connect Stuttgart's new station with the existing rail network. One particularly troublesome issue was the presence of a special type of soil that swelled when it came into contact with water. This soil type made tunnel construction incredibly challenging and raised concerns that the tunnels might need to be repeatedly renovated. Furthermore, the project had to relocate thousands of strictly protected lizards along the route from Ulm to Stuttgart, incurring significant costs. In some cases, the responsible company charged up to $10,000 per lizard. As a result of these complications and delays, the completion date for Stuttgart 21 was repeatedly pushed back. Currently, it is expected that the train station will open at the end of 2025, more than 6 years later than initially planned. Additionally, the cost for Stuttgart 21 ballooned to at least twice as high as originally budgeted. Independent estimates even suggest that the project's cost could reach nearly $12 billion by the time it is finally completed. The case of Stuttgart 21 serves as a reminder of the challenges that can arise in large infrastructure projects, from unforeseen geological conditions to environmental concerns and community opposition. It highlights the importance of meticulous planning and adaptability in the face of unexpected hurdles. 20 Fenchurch Street, the street often referred to as the walkie-talkie, due to its distinctive shape, is a commercial skyscraper located in London. This building gained notoriety, not for its design or size, but for a rather unusual and costly mistake made during its planning and construction. The building was sold to a Hong Kong manufacturing company named Lee Kum Kee for approximately $1.8 billion, setting a record price for a single building in the UK. However, the real problem with the walkie-talkie was related to its unique architectural features. Like many modern skyscrapers, the walkie-talkie had a large glass front that reflected sunlight. This feature, while visually appealing, became a significant problem because the south side of the building had a slightly concave curvature. As a result, when the sun shone on this side of the building during the summer, it concentrated the sun's rays onto the street and the buildings on the opposite side. This concentration of sunlight led to extreme heat that had some astonishing effects. Parked cars were melted, and cracks appeared on the sidewalks. In fact, a reporter from Sky News famously fried an egg on the street, using only the reflected sunlight to demonstrate the intensity of the heat. The building's architect, Raphael Vignoli, acknowledged that horizontal louvered windows on the south side were originally intended to prevent this issue. However, they were removed during the planning process. He also mentioned that he didn't anticipate the extreme heat, noting that London's climate had been different when he first came to the city years ago. To rectify this problem, a sunshade was eventually installed on the building's exterior, which successfully mitigated the issue. However, this solution came at an additional cost of approximately $14 million. The case of 20 Fenchurch Street serves as a reminder of how even seemingly minor design decisions can have unexpected and costly consequences in large construction projects. It also underscores the importance of thorough planning and assessment to anticipate potential issues and avoid such expensive mistakes. The world has witnessed some of the most expensive construction mistakes, each offering valuable lessons for future endeavors. These colossal errors, ranging from budget overruns to structural oversights, have cost governments and investors billions of dollars and have exposed the complexities and challenges inherent in large-scale construction projects. These construction blunders emphasize the critical importance of meticulous planning, adaptability in the face of unforeseen hurdles, and transparent communication throughout the construction process. They serve as cautionary tales for those involved in the world of infrastructure and construction, reminding us that vigilance, foresight, and a commitment to excellence are essential to prevent costly mistakes and ensure the successful completion of monumental projects.